Hi fashion lovers, welcome to my channel. Alternate short gown. Yes, this is alternate short gown. All right, this is what we are making. The material is pleated, the pleated fabric. That is what I'll be using, and that is what I used. Okay, so I've been keeping this fabric for long, and I don't know what to make with it. It's about 5 years or thereabouts, so I decided to make alternate short gown. All right, that is the fabric. You can see it has front and back. It has, you can decide to use the back anyway, but for me I prefer the black part. Okay, it has the silver part. You can go for the silver. It's a double face fabric. Okay, it's been long I got this fabric. It's been long from Aba, and today this is the calculation, guys. All right, so let's go there. This is a line. All right, it can equally be cut in 90-degree flay if you want it more fuller, but in my own case I want it short and I don't want it excessively full, so I'm going for a line. Okay, but you can go for 190, you can go for a line. All right, 190-degree flay, or you can go for a line. So I folded my fabric. The silver is beautiful. The back of this dress is damn beautiful, bro. I want that gown in black. Okay, I want it in black. Though I still have fabric left. I don't know, but I'll be making skirt out of, the trendy skirt. I'll be making that soon, or trouser very soon. Okay, to go with a blouse. All right, so this is it. Okay, I folded 17 and half. That is what I folded. Okay, you can see it, 17 and half. Then for length, I want my down to be that ending. Yeah, I want it to be ending of the fabric. So I'll be measuring from the ending of the fabric will be my gown length. Okay, so guys, because it's alternate and because of the kind of fabric I'm dealing with, I just want to cut a pattern, the upper part down. All right, that is what I want to do. I'll just place it and trace it and cut because of the kind of fabric. Is a pleated fabric. All right, you can stretch it, and if you, there are some things you do, it won't go well. So I think the best is just get a pattern and cut it, place it on it and cut. But for me, I'll just be cutting only the upper part of the pattern. Okay, this is just my basic round neck. Okay, then I'll use my French curve. You already know the neck connection of your altar neck is by choice. Okay, some can come down more, some can be far. All right, this is basically how my front altar neck will be. All right, and the depth is 3 inches. Okay, so before cutting, let me check if I can go for the back too. The back will be more tiny. Yes, the back of this dress is tiny. Okay, let me know if you know the back depth will not be 3. The front I did 3. The back depth can be 1.5 or 2 or even 1, depending on how choky you want it. Then you connect. This is basically how the back will be. You see, the back is, so what I'll do right now is I'm cutting the front first. Okay, I can't cut the back first, so I'll just go with the front. When it's time to cut the back, I'll just increase it myself. So I'm getting my front pattern ready, to be used. So that is my front pattern. I don't know, ask tell also what to do with that pattern. Pattern makes, when you cut with pattern, well, if you're making mistake, you see it already, like you see it immediately. You see it immediately. If you're a beginner and you're not working with pattern, you're missing out, seriously. When you make mistake on pattern, it is obvious. You see it. Okay, so anyway, that is my front, okay? I told you I don't want to cut it, all right? So the 38 is my length. So I'm placing it. You see what I'm doing? I'm using the tape to make sure I get 38. All right? I'm placing it very well. Good. Now, when you place it from the armhole part of the pattern, you can see how I placed that tape. The rule is slanted. You slant it down to the end of the fabric. All right. If it is a 90-degree, you don't need to slant it. It's giving it flay. Once you place your pattern, you cut. But I'm not going for 90 degrees, so this is it. So I'm trying to pin in, okay, hold my pattern down so I don't. In fact, this fabric needs all diligent. Like when you're handling it, you handle it with care. You pamper it. This is one of the fabrics you pamper because of the pleats, okay? And this particular fabric is not chiffon. It is shiny and is giving silk, okay? It's giving silk texture. So in everything, you have to be careful about it. You don't stretch it. So many things, like you pamper the fabric. That is just it. So I'm just being careful because of the kind of fabric it is. Okay. That's my front. I'm tracing it out. Now the front pattern is ready. Yep. The front pattern is ready. Now for the neck of this dress, I think I'll be going for, I have different blacks. I'll know which one to go for. I have different plain black material. I have crepe. I have velvet. Okay, so I'll get to choose which to use. And I equally have um what is it called, lycra. I have lycra in black, so when it gets to that, we'll get to know which we are to use. So I have gotten the front. Okay, I went for the front first. Then the next thing is the back. Definitely we gonna fold. So let me fold again, the same 17. But this time there will be button allowance. Do I call it button? Yeah, button allowance. There will be press button on the neck and some opening. So definitely there will be an allowance at the back. Okay, there will be allowance at the back. So I will make provision for the allowance that will be added at the back. I think I'll go with 1 inches or 1.5. Okay, but first let's fold. Now this is the folding I've done for the back. Now you see how the hash part, silver part is. This particular folding I did, the silver is fading off. So it's one of the reasons why I chose the front. You know, the front is still very neat, very clean, you know. So I'm placing my front pattern to use it to cut. Yes, I am using my front pattern. They are not the same, okay? In the neck are not the same. But what I'll do is when cutting it, I'll have to adjust it to fit in. Okay? And equally, I have to increase the neck by 1 or 2 inches. So with this way, I don't get to start measuring and all the rest of them. Think it's better this way for me. The difference between the front and back is the allowance, which is the sewing button zipper allowance, and the the neck depth of the front is higher. Okay, so that is just the difference. Every other thing is the same. So I'm cutting. I'm just tracing out the side. You see what I did? I folded it. You can see. To give that back more slanty. You can see my folding. So guys, sorry guys, I didn't know that part wasn't showing, but I have to increase the length. Okay, then open up my back so I don't forget it. I don't misplace it for the front. Okay. So that is it. You see what I did? You can see the back is higher, right? You see the back, the neck width, the one under is higher. You can clearly see what I did right here. Every other part is the same, but when it comes to the armhole and the neck is more tinier. Okay, now for this dress, I will go with facing. Bias, you can equally use bias to finish the neck, but for me, I'm going with facing for this dress. So I'll be cutting facing. That is what I'm cutting first. I'm cutting for the back. Okay, the back facing. That is what I'm cutting. So whatever pattern you want to finish yours is your choice, but for me it is facing, basically because of the pleated fabric, because it's a pleated fabric. Okay, I don't want scattering it. All right, so that is it. I've gotten the facing for the back. Next is the front. So guys, having cut out the facing, I've sewn it. Look at what I did. Now, I tried sewing this thing, the fabric started misbehaving. Trust me, I checked that same pattern paper we used to, draft it. I used it, pieces it, and start using it to sew. So if there are fabric you sew and your machine start behaving somehow, don't worry, just go and get paper, brown paper, white paper, newspaper, cut it in pieces, put it in line where your sewing will go, put it there and you will see. So basically all these dresses, I use paper to sew it. Immediately I just took it to the machine. I was sewing the facing part. Oh boy, the next day it stopped. It started doing somehow. Some part will sew, some part will not. It will just be jumping. I say, okay, don't worry, I got you, I got you. So that was how I got that pattern paper and started using it to sew. Okay, and it came out beautiful. It made it more easy for me, and I was able to sew it. So guys, the facing of the dress has been done. I just did the face, done the facing. Where did I sew? All the armhole. Yes, I sewed all the armhole. That is what I sewed. All the armhole. I didn't sew the neck part because the neck part will be turned with collar stand. All right, or band, whatever you call it. I'll be using it to finish the neck. Okay, so because of that, I did not sew the neck. I just sewed only the armhole part. You can see it. That is it. That is it. Okay, you can see this is the back. Now this opening I left at the center of the back is for the button, for, it's a halter. The neck is halter, all right, like it's small. There must be space for you to be able to wear it freely, all right? So that is what that space is for. And this is my front. I've equally turned it with facing. I sewed the armhole part. I did not sew the neck. So what I'll do right now is join. All right, join the back and front. The way I placed it now, I'll just pick them facing to facing. All right, this way that I just placed it, and so facing to facing, fabric to fabric. All right, then let me get pin to pin it, and you sew it all straight to the gown length, the body of the gown, and the facing to facing, body to body, then you sew. Okay, now having done that, this is what we have. This is the back. Okay, you can see how tiny the back neck. What is left in this dress is just the neck, but trust me, that is where the work is. Work there. That is where the work is really. So yeah, you see that, you open it up. So what we need to do right now is to cut our band, or our collar band, neck band, whatever, right? That band is the connectivity of the whole neck, you know. That is what next to do. We have sewn every other thing and it's okay. Now, if I should fold this fabric, the down part will not be, it will require you stretching it. So there's no folding. All right. So this is the fabric. I have sequins, I have velvet, I have stretchy fabrics, these three, and I think I'll go for this velvet. It is stretchy, okay, it is thick, not too thick, but it's firm. I think that is what I'll go for. I think that is what I'll go for. So I'll fold it to cut for the cutting. Now I'll be going for 18 in total. Yeah, I'll be going for 18 in total. So that is the 9. I'll have to shift it to be good. Now, at times, it's good to always keep pieces, you know. This fabric was, I actually made this fabric for a customer. I think it should be last year. I made these velvets up and down for her. And what is left is what I'm using now on another dress. So there are fabrics you don't throw away as pieces, okay? So my height, I'm going for, sorry, the height of the band, I'm going for 4.5. Okay, I'm going for 4.5. I'll be working with 1.5. At the end, I'll have 1.5. But I want a situation where I will not need to manage when folding in. So I'll be working with 4.5 by height. Width it is 18. When folded into two, it gives us 9. So it has been cut. Then you fold into two. That is it. Now, the way you have to sew this, some parts will be sewn, some parts will be folded. What are the parts? The parts that will, the space in between the two neck, you know, the two shoulders, all right, will be sewn. The part where these gowns will be going in will not be sewn, all right. That part will not be sewn. Have that in mind. And the two edges will be finished. So that is what I'm marking here. Now my center, I'm going for 3 inches. From the center, 3 inches. The other parts too, 3 inches. Then from the beginning, I'll take out 1/2 inches for sewing. Watch what I'm doing. 1/2 inches, I'll sew 1/2 inches, then measure out 1.5 inches that will not be sewn. Here will be sewn. Here will be sewn. Okay, hope you're seeing what I'm doing. Let me mark the part that will be sewn. Here will be sewn. Okay, exactly what I did this part, that is what I did in the order. Okay, let me shift it, you understand. These places I'm putting down these papers are to be sewn. The line in between them, I'll sew straight, leave there, sew, leave this place, sew again, all right, leave that place and sew straight. I hope you understand what I did, what I'm trying to explain. Every part that the gown will have to go in will be open. Every other part will be sewn. Like right now, I've done that. So let me equally show you what I did. Okay. To achieve this. This is the easiest way you sew this. Alright. This is the easiest way to do this. Good. Let me trim out. Okay, then you see here is open. You see that part? You see, this is the center. You can see it's open where the front will enter. All right, that is where the front neck will go in. Here too is open for the back. Every other sewn, sewn, sewn. You see that? So from the center, I'll be opening them up. Okay, this is the best way you achieve this easily without stress. So guys, if you're still watching, please do subscribe to my channel. Okay, give this video a thumbs up. All right, so that is it. You see that this is my front. Okay, what I'll do right now is open it up. You see that? Put it in. Put it in and you pin. So that is it. Now this fabric is somehow, it is so difficult for pin to pass through. Now when you pin everything, this is how it will look. Okay, the same way you open that part for the back that is open, attach the, put in the back. You see that? Only the part that this dress will go in that is open. Every other part is sewn. You see what I did? This way you don't need much. You just, so you pin and you sew. You see that? The same thing here. I'll pass it through. Okay, open it up. Put that part. The only open part is the part that the back will join. So place it in. And that is the easiest way to go about this. Okay, so guys, do subscribe and see you on my next video.